I'm Sophie Pecora, singer-songwriter, and today I will be sharing with you what I've learned after writing over 350 songs in my 11 years of songwriting. I started when I was 9. And wait, 12 years. 12 years of songwriting. So the first thing that I learned after writing over 350 songs is quantity over quality. Let me explain. Obviously, not completely disregarding quality, but to improve on the skill of songwriting and any skill, it's about the amount of time and the amount of songs that you write. Like you can study songwriting all you want, but if you're not putting in that time and actually writing the songs, that is what makes the biggest difference. So write so many songs. And when I say over quality, I mean don't get stuck on just writing one song for 1 month and making it absolutely perfect. Try and write 10 songs in 1 month, and even if you don't like any of them, as long as they're all separate songs and you had different ideas and different stories that you told, that is a lot more effective in practicing the songwriting skill than just writing one song that month. So, quantity over quality. The next one is consistency is key. This is another general one that this applies for any skill. But like I said before, just sitting down, writing a lot every day, or if you can't do every day, choose something that works a few times a week, 3 times a week, and just really being consistent, because that is what will make the difference. And it doesn't have to be, again, don't have to worry about making this amazing quality song every time, but it's just the consistency of sitting down, writing, coming up with a new idea, and just seeing where it goes. And you don't have to judge like how good the song is. That's not the point. It's the consistency itself. So next thing I learned is that listening to a lot of music really, really helps. So I've listened to so much music, I wouldn't even know how to know how many songs I've listened to, and different genres, different styles, different artists. And over time of listening to all kinds of different music, I've developed my sound and taken little inspiration from each different unique artist and put that into my songwriting. And so listening to music is actually a very productive thing for songwriting, because it can incite creativity, inspiration, and also just even subconsciously over time, if you listen to a lot of hit songs, you will kind of start to understand and hear the patterns that happen in hit songs, and then you will be able to adapt to that when you write your own songs. Next is I found it very helpful to write for myself. Like when I'm sitting down writing a song, my attitude is I'm writing this for myself right now. I'm alone right now in my room with my guitar, and I'm just expressing freely whatever I feel like expressing. And just having this mindset helps me not get stuck and not be too hard on myself, because this is not something that is being shared right now. This is just mine. It's just my song. And so if you are new to songwriting and maybe you don't feel confident yet or don't feel comfortable sharing, don't feel the need to share your songs. I think it's very important to just quietly just put your head down and focus and do the work and write a bunch of songs. And if you want to share, that's great, but you don't have to. And I think it's most important to maintain your enthusiasm and confidence in your work, so that you actually keep going and are able to stay consistent. And some of that enthusiasm and the confidence can dip a bit if you start sharing with people, and if they don't have like the best reaction, or I don't know, it just depends like what they say. Even if they are nice but they're not like super excited like you are about it, it just can really, it's not great for the creative process. Unless you really want to share, obviously that's great, but don't feel the need to share at first. And okay, the next thing is I found it very, very helpful to be creative in other ways than songwriting as well. So I like to sometimes draw for fun. I like to journal. I like to write short stories. And you can paint. I don't paint, but I could paint. I could try it. I like dancing as well, hip hop dancing, writing poetry, anything like that. Just you can also experiment with different creative things and just develop more creative hobbies maybe and do that. I think that will really unleash a lot more creativity because you're just constantly practicing creativity. Really, you're showing up for creativity. So that has helped me a lot as well. Okay, another thing that I have learned is, well, many times when I'm writing all these songs, 350 plus songs, sometimes I've gotten writer's block, or I started thinking like, man, I already wrote so many songs and there's so many songs in the world. Like, how am I going to write something new? Like, we have to run out of ideas at some point, right? And I've just learned that is just not true, because I relearn this every time I'm feeling stuck and I'm like, how could I come up with something new? And then I do. And then I write a new song and I relearn that that's just not the case. And I also notice how hundreds of people and hundreds of new songs coming out every day, that they all have new ideas too. And so it just shows how abundant the songwriting space is and how many ideas there are. It's really just infinite. So stay excited and stay creative. There's so much more that you will create. So yeah. And then next thing that I've learned is that it's really great to write in different kinds of environments. And so a lot of time I write in this room. This is my main room where I write. But if I'm feeling uninspired, or even just for fun, I'll just pick up my guitar and I'll move to a different room. And it just sometimes can really inspire such a different vibe and different creativity. Like, just the morning to nighttime difference is huge in creativity. I'll just think of different ideas and it'll just be a different vibe. So you can also go outside, like sit on the grass and write a song out there. And even sometimes when I'm stuck, I'll just like not even have to move away from the room always, but I'll put down my guitar and just stand up and just kind of move around and sing the song that I'm currently writing. And even just the movement of just changing the state that I'm in, I'll all of a sudden think of a line that I've been trying to think of for the last 30 minutes. I'll all of a sudden think of it just because I got up and just like started moving. Because creativity is it's an energy thing. So to keep the energy flowing is very important. And the last thing that I've learned is I've written a lot of songs with the same exact concept, sometimes with a very similar concept. And at first, when I'm on like my 6th song of the same topic, and I'm like, I don't know if I should write this because I already wrote about it. But I always just write anyways, because I write whenever I feel inspired. And I don't want to ever stop myself from writing. And so if I have an idea, even if it's the same idea I already wrote about, if I'm still excited by the idea, I'll write another song about it, because you can always pick the best song out of all the songs that you wrote in that topic, and it's just great practice as well. And just the main point is that don't stop yourself from creating if you're feeling inspired. That's like, I think that is just not the greatest thing to do. I've definitely done that before, and it's not worth it. Like, it's just not worth it. So yeah, those are some things that I've learned when writing over 350 songs so far, and I hope this helped you in some way. So enjoy writing, have fun, and I'll see you next time.